I want to provide information to the family members and friends of the alcoholics and addicts. They're the ones that really need to understand exactly what addiction is, how it works, how it affects people, what can they do and what they shouldn't be doing about it. A very common question they give me is simply this: what the hell are these guys thinking? What's wrong with them? Don't they see that this is ruining their lives? Why can't they just quit? Hello, my name's Ken Seal and welcome to Let's Talk Addiction. So, I'm thinking if you're sitting there, you're looking at me and you're thinking to yourself, what qualifies this guy to actually be giving me this kind of information? And you'd be right. You need to know what my qualifications are. Well, basically, here they are. First of all, I have a master's degree in counseling psychology. I'm also a certified alcohol and drug counselor, and that's a certificate that's good throughout the United States. Actually, it's good internationally. I started this work in 2003 at the Crossroads Treatment Center in Antigua, West Indies. That's the treatment center that Eric Clapton actually founded years ago. In 2006, I moved back to the United States and I was working at a place called Options Recovery Services in Berkeley, California. Again, I was facilitating groups, working with guys and ladies, and after a couple of years, they made me the coordinator. So I actually was running the day-to-day operations of the organization. In 2010, I moved back to Michigan, where I grew up, and happens that a gentleman that I used to work with down in the Caribbean was back here, and he was running a program for the Michigan Department of Corrections, an addiction program. And so since 2010, I've been facilitating those groups in the prisons, working with inmates, helping them to deal with their addiction issues and learn to grow up and be productive members of society when they get out of here. Okay, so that's basically my education and my work history. But probably even more important would be the fact that since June of 1997, I have been in recovery. I was a very active alcoholic for up to almost 30 years, but I've been clean and sober since 1997. I have worked very hard in my sobriety. I have joined groups and organizations that help me stay sober and to help other people stay sober. And quite frankly, that's probably my biggest qualification, is because I've been there. I've seen it all. Between the guys in the prisons and the people I worked with on the outside, I've heard all about almost everything you can think about when it comes to addiction. Okay? Now, the other thing that I've done all these years is I've been collecting information. I've read books. I've studied in college with my master's degree. I've gone to workshops. I've read articles. I've talked to hundreds of people in recovery. I've talked to counselors, therapists, ministers, and collected articles from the newspaper or on the internet. And what I've done is I've collected all these things and I put them into what I call the book of stuff. And what I want to do, what the whole idea of these videos is to actually share that information with you. One thing that is very apparent to me in all these years of working in this field is that most people have no idea what addiction is about. In fact, quite frankly, when I work with family members or friends, a very common question they give me is simply this: what the hell are these guys thinking? What's wrong with them? Don't they see that this is ruining their lives? Why can't they just quit? And the problem is, from looking at it from the side of a person who had addiction and is now in recovery, if you're not in a situation where you've had an addiction, you don't have a clue. And the information that's out there is very hard. It's very hard to understand. And one of the things that I've been good at, I believe, is that I can take information about addiction and make it simple, easy to understand, so that anybody can figure this out. And so that's what I want to do. Now, this information obviously can help people that are addicted. But more importantly, and the real thrust of what I'm trying to do here, is I want to provide information to the family members and friends of the alcoholics and addicts. They're the ones that really need to understand exactly what addiction is, how it works, how it affects people, and also what is they can do about it. What can they do and what they shouldn't be doing about it. So that's basically what we're doing here. I want to share this information. I want to keep it as simple as possible. And I want it to be in a way that people, when they walk away, can understand what really is going on and what they can do. Now, another thing I'm going to try to do after almost every video is I'm going to give you the names and authors of different books or articles that you can read that can help you get even more information than what I'm providing, and if you care to get it. So that's what it's about. That's what I'm here to do. And I believe it can be very helpful to you. So I'm going to start the videos this week. I'll see you when we get going. Take care. Now, if you like what you've seen and you think it can be helpful, and I believe it can be, I've been helping hundreds of people for years, hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll keep these coming. Thank you.